What is up, guys? Happy Tuesday, gentlemen.
Yep.
Happy Tuesday.
Grant back out there fishing again. Boy, he getting his fill of fishing lately, ain't he?
He was tearing it up last week, and man, now he's back at it again today. I'm loving it.
Yeah, we've got some sunshine today, and then we've got like 5 days worth of some torrential rain. So we thought we'd go ahead and enjoy the sunshine while we could.
Exactly. Get it while you can.
What's up, Japan?
Evening, Wild Japan. Good to see you, man. So, before we get started here, John, we really missed you last week, man. It's not the same without you. How you been? You want to let everybody know what you're working on right now?
I've been real busy. Last week was real busy family stuff. For right now, I'm still working on the boat. Made some good progress today. A little bit more work to do, and then I should have it up for sale before the end of the month, before the end of April. Hopefully sell it by June, because that's when we're heading to Michigan. I'd like to sell it before we go to Michigan, and then when we get back from Michigan, I can start looking for my next boat. We're going to be in Michigan June through July.
We are, man, we might have to have a conversation about that. We're doing Wisconsin, of course, at the same time. And I am unemployed, which means, you know, a lot of fishing and maybe a little extra traveling, because why the hell not?
Yep. I'm retired, so why the hell not?
We're kind of the same. I mean, unemployed, retired, it's right.
Audrey's going to have to work while she's up there, but that's all right.
Oh, that sucks to hear.
I mean, she'll take time off. She's got to work some of the time.
Ah, man, sorry to hear you've been feeling ill. You know, that's going around. You're like the third person I've talked to today that was a little under the weather.
Huh. Yeah, that sucks. So how was your week there, Mr. Stanley?
I am sore and worn out. I helped my dad. This is a week and a half ago now, 2 weeks ago. I did some roof work for him. Swore to God I would never do that again in my life. Got back out there and did that one. And then... So we settled, and I'm going to make a whole big thing on this in a video. So this is going to be just behind the scenes stuff for people in the live stream, keeping up to date because I'm behind on filming. But we closed on our land. We are now officially and full on owners of 5 acres outside of town.
Sweet.
And super, just unbelievably, I'm exhausted. I'm so excited. I went out there twice yesterday, the chainsaw, and started chainsawing some trails and stuff to go explore it. I got a guy clearing the land next month.
Nice.
And then we were so excited, and they got such a fervor about this whole thing. It looks like, and I'm not gonna, I feel the need to be a little cautious about this, so it's not an announcement or anything, but it looks like my parents might get the land next to us.
Oh, wow.
Which it would be really nice having them there to, we can do family dinners, and whenever family comes in town, we're right next to each other, and just all of that fun stuff is kind of like a life goal. So hoping that happens.
That's real cool.
Yeah, that's great news.
And then if that did happen, we would officially have 10 acres. Which is where you draw the line in Texas for hunting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ben, appreciate that. And I tell you guys this because obviously it's going to be a couple of years before we get the house built and all of the things and the stuff. And, there's that whole unemployed thing, of course, going around as well. But the idea is I do want to have a mother-in-law house suite. I don't know what they're called, but a little place for you to come and stay with us. John, you want to be in town, you want a place to stay. Grant comes in town. Ben, you're down here. Monica, you guys decide, Wild Japan, you're in Texas, anything like that. That's going to be an open invite for you guys, everybody's in the area.
I need a concrete slab and a 50 amp. And we'll just bring the fifth wheel down there when we get it.
Game on. Okay, I can accommodate on that. Does it have to be concrete? Can it be solid, road-like material?
Really solid, crushed granite type road material, yeah. Because it's going to be heavy.
What about, I don't know if I think we could probably accommodate on the power. That wouldn't be hard. But yeah, dude, I would do that. I would put that in just for you.
Right. We won't have to have power. That makes it comfortable. But we're going to have solar. We're going to have a generator. So
I was gonna say we got a generator, so there's always that.
Ben's gonna bring the whiskey. Hey,
Now we're talking.
Grant, when you coming to Texas again? Don't wait till Stanley gets his house built and stuff, dang it.
Might be.
Wow.
It's a long ways away, man. We can get. So I was getting ready to say, Janet said it before I could. She said, "When y'all coming to Illinois?"
Yeah, I know. We pass by you like all the time. I know that.
Yeah, I know we pass by too, but when you're on the road from here to Michigan or wherever, it's like, I hate stuff.
It's that last leg, you know?
Yeah, it's a tough drive.
But I mean, that's just excuses. We need to just do it.
It is. Hey, Grant, you're not that far from Texas. You're far from South Texas.
Right.
You're not that far from Texas.
Yeah.
If you would, dude, if Grant was to say like, "Hey, I'm going to be in North Texas this weekend. What do you got? You know, I'll be in your state. What do you guys say? Come up here and let's do some fishing." I'd be like, "Fuck, North Texas."
They drive. We'd have to get accommodations and stay overnight just to go to the other side of Texas.
Terrible.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, I'm dead serious about this one, man. Like that's a dream goal of mine, and it is years down the road. At least the accomplished, finished idea is a solid few years down the road. But man, that's just what I want. I just want to be on my land. I want my garden. If we could physically pull it off, like if I could get a damn job, one of the goals is I'd love to have like the solar roof, and you know just be off the grid. Oh, Grant, are you hooked up?
No, I'm just jigging.
For those that, before we went live, Grant did catch a crappie before we went
right
live.
before.
Right before.
Mm.
It's hopefully a good sign because we desperately would love to eat some tonight for supper. Desperately. Come on, we're desperate.
Monica, yeah. So is it cat friendly? Dude, we love animals. We got a couple of cats. We will have a dog at that point. My parents they got a couple of retrievers. And so, you know, the animals got to acclimate. There's always that whole like phase that you got to go through. But yeah, no, we're pet friendly, love animals. That is a absolute non-issue. Well, there you go. That's why did you ask about the pets? This is all you needed to say. That answers that question.
Bourbon.
So expect that. I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with the videos on that this year. I know it's not fishing stuff, but regardless, it's part of what we do, and I'm going to be leaning into that a little bit.
Cool. I want to ask Grant what he did this week, but he's kind of busy down there. What have you been up to, Grant?
I see. We still had some minnows from last week, so we ended up going fishing out here on Wednesday, and we was actually at the pull in just down from here, and we caught a couple, I think 3 bluegill, and that was it. I mean, it was just slow, man. The weather's been back and forth. Like tomorrow we're supposed to hit 80. It's been frost the past 3 mornings. We've had frost. And then like Sunday, Monday next week, it's supposed to be back down in the 50s for the highs and 30s for the lows. I mean, it's just all over the place.
Yeah, we got some crazy weather coming in for south central United States.
But other than that, not much. My mom's coming tomorrow, so we're going to go pick her up in Nashville. And so we've been kind of getting the house ready for company. We haven't had company. You know, we've been empty nest for almost a year now, so
got to prepare yourselves.
Right.
Yeah, we got here in San Antonio, we got our lows in the 40s, upper 40s, and highs in the low 60s Sunday and Monday. So we're going to get a little bit of a cool down too.
I didn't see that. I did see we were seeing temps in the 70s. What do we got? Why are we so much like far off from you guys? Yeah, we're going to be in the 70s and 80s. Oh, we'll have lows in the 40s for a couple of days. That'll be nice, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be cool. Low winds Tuesday and Wednesday. I might go fishing next week. Maybe I can pull off doing a live stream fishing next week. Maybe I can be the fishing guy.
There you go.
What are the odds of having you play hooky for an afternoon coming out with me?
All the way down there. Just like you're talking about driving to North Texas, like I got to drive all the way down there and back in one day. That's like 6 hours of driving in one day.
Well, I mean, it's over an hour for me just to go do a little fishing. So,
Yeah.
because Texas.
Yeah, that's why I'm jealous of Grant. I mean, I had some place in, 20, 30 minutes of the house. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
to be able to do this, like just go out there and do that, I'm envious of that.
No.
What's up, Mark and Monica? Thank you for doing all of that. I really appreciate your
Thank you very much.
labor that you're putting in.
Oh, Monica was catching some bass on Saturday. Nice.
Yeah. Did you get a video out on that? I didn't see any notifications. New channel, that's not unheard of, but are you working on a video? Curious. She's doing a fishing channel now.
Nice.
She's going all in, like hardcore with it. She's got the art channel, and not only has she got the art channel, she's doing live streams. Like she did a live stream yesterday, and her long haul one on Sunday, and then on top of that, she's doing fishing videos.
Nice. Keep it busy.
Mm-hmm.
Busy.
All right. So our topic of conversation tonight, to kick things off here. Oh, she says, did not video this time. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That'll work. Get some pictures in. I know that it can be tough, man. It can be tough filming fishing. Not gonna lie. Like that's.
Yeah.
I've done it for like 500 videos, and it's still hard. Yeah, I know how that goes. That too. So the topic of conversation tonight, and I'm not gonna do any name calling or anything because I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. I'm not trying to start any fights or anything. But I was in a conversation a couple days ago, and we were talking about catching grouper, or I'm sorry, not just grouper, but a Goliath grouper in particular, Jewfish. These guys are massive. These guys can get like 600 pounds, and they're very protected. I don't know if they're endangered. I think they are. They're protected.
They are protected.
So they're really, really strict on the rules for these guys. And somebody the conversation we're having, somebody had caught one, and it was smaller. It was probably like a 36, 40 incher, somewhere in there, which is a smaller one for those guys. They're really big fish. When they caught it, I'm going to try to paint this picture for you. So it was at the side of the boat, and the boat probably had the gunnel probably stuck up 20 or 30 inches out of the water, something like that. You know how like at the back end of the boat, you have less draft back there? So 20, 30 inches, somewhere in there. They caught this fish, 36, 40-inch fish, and they used a gaff to hook it in the gill and pick it up beside the boat, get the head out of the water so that they could take the hook out and release it. The fish didn't come out of the water. He didn't get put in the boat. And, of course, they took all their pictures and stuff. But there were some issues about the fact that a gaff had been used and not a specific device, or that the fish wasn't handled in the water. There was some issues about a gaff being used and about his head coming out of the water. Now, I haven't done that with Goliath grouper, but I have done that. And you, I think we did it on that trip you and I were on with the snapper, but I have used a gaff to grab, snapper up under the gills and get them up into the boat so I can get them released. And, it's faster or whatever. I don't know. I want to get them up for a descending device. I want to get them up to vent them and release them. I don't want to just undo it in the water and then let them float away. That's my mindset. So I support this. I'm okay with this guy using the gaff carefully to pull that fish up, hold him over at the boat, remove the thing, good to go. But this was a bit of a heated conversation. The person I was speaking to completely did not agree. It was against regulations. You're not allowed to use a gaff. You're not supposed to pick their head out of the water. Where do we side on this? John, how do you feel about that? See, people in the chat, what are your thoughts on this? Like, who's right, who's wrong? Where do you stand on it?
Well, I know they're a size it's small where you are allowed to actually lift them out of the water. To remove the hook.
Oh,
get
there
it
he
picked
is.
up,
He's
put it
got
back.
one.
And this is Florida, is what I'm referring to. I don't
Yeah,
remember
and
that
this
exact
conversation
size,
was about Florida.
but there is a certain size where you are allowed to pick them up, get your picture, get the hook out of the mouth, and put them
Go.
back. Nice.
Too small.
Get
Oh,
the
yeah.
Gaff.
Is that a Goliath grouper? so I think not seeing the picture or the fish myself, I don't know how big it was, but they never even took it all the way out of the water. They just got the head out of the water.
Just ahead.
The gaff thing, it bugged me a little bit. Now you said at the end carefully, which is important, but I had a fish science, sir, the marine biologist type people talked to us a while back, and their gills are like our lungs. They say if you're sticking something in their gills, the red of their gills, that's like somebody sticking something in your lungs. So it's very bad to put anything in their gills unless it's a fish you're going to keep.
Right.
So I don't know. I've seen people use a gaff and get them in the mouth with the gaff, which I don't know if it's not as bad as the gills, I guess. But you can get under the gill plate without affecting the gills. And I think if you're able to do it that way, sure, that's probably not that bad. But I wouldn't take pictures and post it.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
That's a good bluegill.
That's a stud, dude.
Than any of your crappie.
Yeah, that's a slab little guy.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah.
Might have to get a measurement on that one for Discord.
There you go.
Please do. Get a good picture, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nice.
Yeah, he'll go 8 inches.
Wow, that's a
You
good.
picture that for me?
Nice job. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. As far as the fish, just bringing the head out, get the hook up, I think all that's fine. I think it's just using a gaff and how careful are you with that gaff. And then, like I said, I wouldn't post any pictures because I don't know. You said that somebody said it's against regulations to use a gaff to do that. So if that's the case, then yeah, don't take pictures of it. There you go. That's a good one, man.
He's gonna get eaten if we catch a couple more of those.
You said 8 inches?
Yeah.
Nice.
They used to have an 8-inch limit here, but they took it off. I think they just had it for 3 years to try to get some size on them.
So remember, Grant, for the record on the board, you have to have a picture of it on the measuring tape. So don't go filleting it before you get the picture.
Yeah, make sure you get the measure with the tape. And then also, you're going to be on the board with it, like you just do that. Make sure to get a good picture of you with him, too, for that board shot.
Oh, I just got a picture on the tailgate here, not with me in it.
You got to get you in it, man.
Okay.
How
You know how the game goes. Yeah, so that's a hell of a point, John. I mean, it is. It's like sticking something in their lungs. Now, my argument on this, and there really isn't too much of an argument, but if you get them like right at the chin, right under there, you're not up in the gills.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. All of the things that you expect me to say on that.
No, you know what? With your hand, say you got a monster redfish. The only thing you do is up in that area and you slide up under the gill plate to help hold it. And you're going to release them. But you just don't want to get the red part of the gill. So
right. Yeah, you don't want it back in the meat in the backside of their head or back in that area. You want it kind of like right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where I kind of stand on it would be like I am going to use the gaff. I'm not going to stop doing that. Now, at the same time, I'm mentally I'm aware of all of this when I'm catching that fish. I've done it before with other fish too, and we are careful about it. Am I going to go tell somebody else, hey, it's totally fine, it's okay? No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I was like, read up on the regulations. That's what I tell them.
And also understand your fish. Like, if you're going to do it, I do support that. I'm not going to go tell people to do it, but man, you got to learn how to do it.
Mhm.
I appreciate that you're trying not to hurt them. I imagine this, I've got a lot of faith that this did not hurt the fish at all. But yeah, I'm not going to also go out there and tell the masses like, oh, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you have so much of an uproar. So we go fishing in the house. Hey, how has your week been? Because I know one boat broke down and got towed in, and then a week later or whatever it's been, truck breaks down. You guys can't catch a break. Get any of that stuff fixed yet? That's what I want.
A quick note on that, Monica. They so the way that they can, at least any gaff that I've ever owned, there isn't a barb on that.
Right. No,
they do have it. The way it's a sharpened, circular piece of metal. But the idea is that you want to hook them, pick them up, and then you immediately just want to like push that thing, and you want the hook to slide out. So the barb is there isn't a barb to hurt anything.
1.1 in the house.
I can see a lot of people F it up with the gaff, so I see why the rule is in place. I don't agree with their like that. I'm fine with there being a rule. I'm okay with that. My beef with this, the problem that I have, and it's kind of like an all-encompassing conversation we have with a lot of different aspects of things, is that I want to make sure that I'm going to be very careful about the release of these fish. I want to be very careful about the handling, and I want to make sure that they are kept the best that they can be kept. And I just see situations where doing that with a gaff is better. And like John said, like get them in the jaw, like, right here up under the lip and the mouth. That's okay. I know that still hurts, but that is so much less invasive for that fish than if we are dragging it out of the water. If you're picking it up by the jaw or the gills or the head or whatever it is to get that thing out of the water. We're talking about a big fish where you get them out of the water and they're going to have a problem with, they're not used to having to deal with gravity like we are. It hurts their body. It hurts them when you pick them up by the head.
Yeah. All right, boat is fixed, flat fuel lines, and the fuel line inside the tank was also broken. Dang, the truck is still broke. I'm getting ready to get in the market for one. Maybe Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. Nice.
Sorry to hear you going through that, though, man.
Yeah, exactly. Fuel line, well, they can get you, that's for sure, in many different ways.
All right, Janet, you're getting called out here. We need to see some Janet fish.
Yeah.
Just trying.
Is he on camera where we can still see him? I don't know.
Yes.
No, he's not, is he? Okay.
Who said that, Monica?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, man. I like that. Yeah, time to sell more popping corks.
There you go. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep. Gotta have a vehicle.
See, I don't know what I could use the popping cork for here. If it would do any good.
I don't know. I haven't heard too much use of a popping cork in fresh water, to be honest with you. I've never really seen it other than just using it as a float.
Yeah, and I would say on that, I don't know much about freshwater, so I'm not the best to speak on that. But they also don't use fish bites in freshwater, and I guarantee those would work.
So since we have the lakes here that have redfish in them,
okay, down here
they use
down
fish bites here. Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna take some up to Wisconsin. I'm probably gonna slay the catfish, which nobody's gonna want, but
I know they're crazy up there not wanting catfish. It's funny. Michigan's the same way. And then you feed them and you're like, oh, these are delicious. I even went up there one year when I brought my boat up there, my old boat, and I caught a real big channel cat, and we released it. And then like that night, all the old guys were there, and one of them was like, you know what? You guys need to do a catfish cook like they do down south. We'd like to have some of that. And I'm thinking, you guys catch them all the time. Just fry them up. That's what it is. And then the rest of that trip we were up there, we never caught another catfish.
Oh. Ben, that hurts, man. Sorry to hear that. Texas.
Yeah. Road warrior.
Yep. Bakermeister suffering through pollen. He got a free paint job on the truck.
Yeah, same here. I picked up my truck and freaking my hood is green. It's like, what the hell?
We got those silkworms all over the tree.
Oh yeah. The hornets are everywhere now. The wasps they're flying all around the boat. I'm like, I know I'm going to run in some wasp nest on that boat.
John, I keep going to you on this screen. I keep trying to make it Grant, and I don't know how to change those around. How do you do that?
Wants to go to
there
John.
It is, right there. It's that button. Okay, cool.
It hasn't got much John action in the last couple of weeks. Want to see John.
I agree, John. I want to see you get out there.
Oh, he froze up. Right when you said
I think right when I was talking shit.
Yeah. So Bakermeister, is that fishing without a boat? Same one or different person?
No, that's he's one of the gentlemen from the Discord server.
All right, he's in North Carolina, so it's not. Okay. Station.
Also, hi. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. John action.
We'll take it. What Gunpoint say? You guys seen eye drops? They're like a little dough bait that looks like an eye for tipping lures and stuff. I haven't seen that. John, you familiar with that?
I've seen crappie nibbles sound like that. They're just a little round piece that you put on the end of your hook. You can have a minnow on there. You can have a jig on there. And they just kind of release, a flavor and scent in the water. A lot of people use it. I bet Grant probably had used them before. Yeah, Grant?
Yeah, crappie nibbles.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting. Nick Meyer has a product he's pushing out right now that's similar to that for saltwater. To me, and I love Nick Meyer. I'm sure it works fine and all, but to me, it seems like a hardhead attracted.
Could be, but same with the gum baits that you were just talking about.
You're not wrong about that. I mean, that's the entire purpose of those guys.
I haven't done any research, but when I was fishing the surf and I had shrimp and crab, and see, every time I put the crab on, I caught a hardhead on it. I was catching whiting on the shrimp, so I stopped even trying to use crab down there. And then they make a sand flea flavor now, and I brought that down there one time, and it didn't seem to do any better than the shrimp.
I don't know if the sand flea, I just love the shrimp ones. The pink shrimp to me, and to be honest with you, fish gum is my favorite. I much prefer fish gum, but they're very similar. You're probably not going to see a difference.
Yeah, I haven't actually even used fish gum before.
Yeah. So, the pink shrimp, I mean, that should be your go-to. If you're doing any saltwater fishing at all, unless you're using live bait, get yourself some fish bites or fish gum, get the pink shrimp, and it's just going to stays on the hook longer. It's going to give you scent. It's great stuff. And I'm going to probably take some up to Wisconsin this summer just to see if that has some kind of effect because they don't sell it.
Also with that, you could, even if you're fishing with shrimp, right? Put shrimp on and then put some of that on.
Mm-hmm.
They help keep the fish from stealing your shrimp off of there as easily. Or if they happen to steal your shrimp, you still got the fish bite on there.
Yep.
You're still fishing, right? You don't have an empty hook out there.
And for some species like pompano and whiting, they'll I mean, other fish will too. Like I've seen people catch redfish with just a fish bite on there.
Yeah, definitely.
But after something robs that shrimp off the hook, you'll have some of those other guys that pompano in particular are one that are just like, that's all you need. I still like to put shrimp on the hook, but that's all you need. That'll get them. And they do like that color.
Yeah. Yeah, I think pink is probably the best as well. We go fishing saying the same thing. Yeah. They do have electric chicken or something that has like green, pink, and then I've caught fish on that before too, but I think that's more, I hate to say gimmicky, but I think it is. I think if you got pink shrimp, you're pretty well set.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally on the same boat with that. Hold on one second here. All right, there we go. I was tired of the chat popping up in front of my face. I want everybody to see my face. So they have the other ones. I think Sandflea are good. I know that Sandy and Nick Meyer and those guys, I think they use that one for the pompano, and I love pompano.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that. I'm good with that. But the other ones, like the green clam and stuff, are just, I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah. And the crab is probably similar. I've never used that. And crab is great for redfish. So maybe it goes good if you have like a whole crab on a hook. And the same way you would do shrimp, put a crab one on there to hold it in place. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the pink shrimp.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You need to be you need to be on camera with our guy Grant over here doing this.
Exactly. You know, there's no pictures or you don't have any evidence it didn't happen.
Where you at?
I hope you got a tape on that and you submitted it to the server.
There you go.
I want to see it. Get some good pictures. Oh, hey, speaking of which, John. Yeah, send them for sure. For sure, we want to see him.
Yeah.
So John, I think we still got a few days on Sheephead, man, if that's something you're interested in getting your hands on.
Well, I'm coming down there in April, a couple weekends from now, but it's like me, wife, daughter, granddaughter, so it's one of those kind of trips. So we're going to go beach and fish. That's probably all. I'll probably get one day fishing at the beach. Maybe two if I'm lucky, and the weather will play a big role in that.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be bad.
But it's just getting the heck out of San Antonio again. That trip up to the Lake Palestine that we went on, man, that was so nice. Just so relaxing.
My dad was just up at they spent the weekend at Broken Bow up in Oklahoma.
Oh wow.
And he didn't catch anything. He was trying. He was trying to break in a new ultralight, and I don't know if he has ever in his life owned an ultralight. So he was, I think he's got that thing packed with like 20-pound line, and he's working it out, trying to figure it out.
20-pound line and an ultralight.
Yeah, he was over here earlier. I was talking to him. He's like, I think I might take that down to 15. I was like, well. I went 6 on mine. So.
Yeah, 6 or 8 usually is about what you put on an ultralight.
Yeah. And of course, we were talking about he's going to the Chandeliers in May, and he wants an ultralight for redfish and trout.
Oh, okay. That's a different.
I understand the 15, but also he wants to be able to get spooled on that reel. And he says he has like 100 yards of line, and he says he needs more because he's worried about redfish spooling him.
Yeah, for sure. Grant, what size line you run on your rod there?
Yeah, 6 pound.
6 pound. There you go.
6 pound. God. Yeah, I think to be honest with you, I think I've got 10 on mine because I had 6 and I was losing a lot of fish. That's obviously like a skill issue, but I feel a little off. Like I had a hard time with 6-pound test.
4 crappie, a 12-inch perch, and a 1.5 pound bass.
Nice.
Now, is that a real perch, or is that a sunfish perch, like Texans call them perch?
Look at this guy, man. That's some angler right there. He does 3-pound test on his line.
4-pound floor.
That's an angler, man. Can you imagine? It would be so fun on a calm day going to get a bunch of whiting with 4-pound test.
I don't know if I used the wrong fluoro or what, but I decided one time to spool up one of my bass rods that I take down and fish inshore too once in a while, spinning reel with fluorocarbon, full fluoro, not just a liter, but the whole thing. And I got so many dang wind knots trying to cast that thing that I've never had, in the history of fishing for myself, that I pulled all that fluoro off and threw it in the trash. I'm going to put either braid or mono on it. You can have a fluoro leader, but that's it.
You know what's funny? I had the same issue when I first got my ultralight. I like my setup with the, I'm real picky. I want my braid with my fluoro leader on there. And I had 8-pound braid on there, and then 6-pound mono or fluoro. And dude, I was getting wind knots in that braid.
Yeah.
You know me, I had a 12-foot leader on there, so it's wrapped up in the spool, and I'd go to cast it out, and I'd still get wind knots in the braid.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's frustrating.
I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I upgraded on the line a little bit. That's why I went with 10-pound, and I might have gone 12 or 15 on the braid just for the wind knot purposes.
When I'm fishing up here, especially when there's water in the lake, Canyon Lake, I use 10-pound mono because even though you're using ultralight, you get a chance, and I have caught stripers. And so catching a striper on a 10-pound line is questionable already. But if you had 4 to 6-pound line, that'd really be a heck of a fight.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be rough. It'd be fun. But, man, that's a test of your mettle as an angler.
Yeah.
Having to deal with that.
Everything.
Wild Japan says for trout fishing in Japan, most people run very light line or leaders. It's so weird, down here, and I love it. I mean, this is one of the fun things about angling, about fishing in general, is there's so many different options and so many different things to do. But down here, we use, primarily probably on average 15, 20-pound braid. And then it's not unheard of to use 30 or 40-pound fluoro mono as a leader on top of that. You go from a lighter braid because you want to pack a lot on to a heavier leader because it's going to get dragged over rocks, or you're going to be dealing with toothy fish, barracuda and things like that.
Yeah.
Completely different approach. When I go to do freshwater, I use a heavier braid just because of wind knots. And then I use a lighter fluoro leader because if I'm in clear water, those fish get picky. They are the most line dry fish I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready?
Bakermeister, did you just do that now, or did you post it a couple of days ago? Because if you did, we will be looking at that actually in just a moment. John, how do you feel about jumping into the pictures of the week now?
All right, it's a good time for it.
I'm all right.
We can keep the conversation going for sure. 2-pound leader for pressured streams. Can you imagine?
Wow. That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen a 2-pound line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they would sell it around here.
It wouldn't sell much down there, no.
You just posted it now, but it was for last week's stream. Gotcha.
Next week.
All right, yeah, let me pull them up here.
I'm going to slide around to this other side. If the noise gets too bad, let me know and I'll mute myself.
Will do.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. All right, and these are our photographs of the week. These are courtesy of the Premier Fishing Hunting Discord server. If you are not a member of that, you really need to join us in there, because we have a whole lot of fun getting to enjoy all of the pictures and everything that everybody does, especially on weeks when we are not physically able to go out there and do it ourselves. So thank you so much to everybody who posted pictures in there, and we're looking forward to seeing what everybody's got for the week. Going to kick things off, of course. This was Grant McIntosh in the live stream last week.
Nice. I missed that.
He's setting the bar. He got himself a good crappie. It was right before the live stream started. He got himself a good bluegill on stream so far.
Yeah, he did today.
But that was the catch of the week last week.
Yeah, it was two
Grant,
point
thank you
two
for doing
seven.
that, man. Enjoying being able to hang out with you there.
Yeah, I mean we're the outdoors live crew. I figure we need to go outdoors live a lot more.
I like that.
No, you're right. And you're setting the bar, man.
Yep. Oh,
And
beautiful.
of course, our guys who got outside got some fresh air. We got Daiwa Enthusiast in Wild Japan.
Nice.
Pretty stuff.
Man, that water's nice and flat.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it is. He's like a mile offshore in kayaks.
Nice.
And spoiler alert, we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that in just a moment.
Cool, cool.
Then we got Mr. Bakermeister there, Otter Pup in a Cup, and Salmonoid Toucher.
Man, that water's clear.
Ready.
Oh, some nice pictures there. Good sunset or sunrise, one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Baker, where were you at for that picture, man?
Yeah, we need coordinates.
Yeah, right, exactly. Then we got Coldwater Species Enthusiast just absolutely decimating his fishing spot.
Nice bass and tore up the trout. Man. Very nice.
Yeah, tearing it up, man.
Yeah. For
I'm
sure.
going to be straight up honest about this. I am probably the most envious of this week right here. Oh, Baker was at the pond in front of the apartment. That's wicked.
Hey, wait, the angle, the turn of it looked like it was a stream or a little river or something.
Yep, had a little bend in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We got a little pond right down the street over here. There's no fish in it. But Savvy and I have made it a habit of going over there and doing some jogging because she wants to torture me. I'm going to get some pretty pictures of that next time we do it.
Yeah. Oh, show.
What's up, Maltov? How are you doing, man? And next up, these boys wearing me out. Carlos with a Murray cod.
God,
I know what to say about that guy.
got some white bass there, it looks like. Little L in the middle. Kiwi
Getting out
trout.
to the stream.
Yeah. Nice.
What's up, Bait the Hook? Good to see you, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Tim?
Man, people are catching some really nice fish.
Yeah, it's been a good week. It has. People have had some good times out there.
Ooh, fly rod.
Okay, Fisher getting into some stuff, and also just gorgeous shots.
Yeah. Crappie on a fly rod. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Is that a crappie or is that a?
I think it's a crappie. The
Oh, I
top
guess
one.
it is. I thought it was a smallmouth. You're right.
No, it's crappie. Beautiful pictures too. Golly.
Yeah.
Looks like something out of a magazine, you know?
Exactly right. Whoever your photographer is, I want to talk to that guy.
Yeah. Excellent job.
Borrow him.
Gunpoint. Bakermeister.
Baker. Is that the bass you were talking about right there, man?
That looks like a warmouth. Like a nice smallmouth over there on the end too.
Yep. Gunpoint had himself a couple of really good trips. Of course, this doesn't even do him justice. He got a few. That dude's just tearing it up. Oh, John. I thought I saw him in here in a moment. A little while ago. He's going to be headed out to Arizona later this month. He's going to be targeting some of those guys out. And you spent some time out there, right? Or New Mexico?
I grew up in New Mexico. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe when he's out there, you know what? While he's there, I'm gonna see if I can't find us some guy out in that area to we'll have him on panel and talk about that. Maybe we can get Gunpoint, convince him to go out and do a live stream fishing on location.
That'd be cool.
Gunpoint, let's talk, buddy. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. That ain't no
Joseph,
fun.
Daiwa, and oh, that's not Lil L, it's Daiwa. That was a mistake on my part. But dude, look at Daiwa. Dude, why are you not in here? I have so many questions. Specifically, where are you at? I want location. I want
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Passion Stacking? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming and spending some time with us. Daiwa, we're gonna have to be talking, buddy, because I need some information on that catch. That is a stud.
Yeah, double stud. That's ridiculous. Very nice catch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's kind of hard to see if it's a halibut, a flounder, whatever. I don't know where he's at.
The way he took
Man.
that, the way it looked halibut, right? But it could be an angle thing. If it's a flounder, it was a doormat.
Yeah, exactly. And if you'll recall, like this was, I know I'm backing up here, sorry, but so this is where he's at. I mean, that doesn't look like Alaska to me.
No, I don't think it's Alaska.
Maybe that's northern East Coast or something?
I don't know. We gotta find out.
Yeah, exactly. We got questions. We need more information on this.
That right there. Wow.
On a kayak. He had to haul that thing back on a kayak.
Yeah.
So yeah, next up we got I Am Sammy. And of course, Otter Pup in a Cup managed to get himself into some fish as well, doing a little night fishing.
Yeah, nice bass. Beautiful trout. Fat.
Envious of that trout, man.
Yeah, it was a nice trout.
Hey, Terry B, I was just about to hit you up, man. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever. And we got Noah over in Belgium.
Wow, catching pike over in Belgium.
Yep. Having a good day. I think he said he got like a dozen of these guys.
Holy smokes, that's a fun fight.
Yeah, it is.
That is a fun fight.
One of my favorites. I love the. We were having a huge conversation about that earlier. I have become a huge fan of pike and muskies.
Dang it.
You calling it, man?
No, I'm just moving back over to here so y'all can see the sunset.
I appreciate that. That's the way to do it. Man, if you are going to be, check it out. There is nowhere on the internet you're going to get a sunset as fine as this with company as fine as this. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
All right.
That's what it's about. Next up. What is, oh man, I got his name hidden over there. What does that say? Nick G is who that is.
Bunch of bass.
Also, for anybody who's checking us out here in the live chat, we've got Monica working really hard on like presenting everybody's channels. Thank you so much. We appreciate the work that you're doing. And yeah, Monica is doing a fishing channel. She's got the link posted in there. Check it out.
Very cool.
We enjoy providing support to anybody who's going to get out there and give us something like this. Nick G, it's a heck of a day, man. Keep it going.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Then we got Private Diabetes and Sniper Boy. Dude, that dude, he's up there in my area. I think he fishes like Madison.
It's a walleye. Nice. That's a healthy one, too. That one in the big picture. That's a healthy walleye. Very nice. Sweet.
We had a whole conversation earlier talking about the great debate between freshwater and saltwater. We might need to make a live stream about that because it got heated. And next up, we got Toxic's Barrel, just slaying them.
Got the Kit Kats. Nice. That woman's got a belly on her. Been eating good.
And I gotta say, I respect a guy who who is filling the box with catfish and still manages to have his Dr. Pepper floating around in the same box.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that I have to have my drinks spread around in the blood and guts of like the fish, but I'm also not going to be that guy who's going to be scared off by that.
Right.
It's a whole thing. It's not that the cats like Dr. Pepper. First off, Dr. Pepper is a Texas thing. But second off, like, yeah, exactly. Stacking the fish over the drinks, hardcore. Like, I've been with so many guys who they have to have a separate ice chest for that. And I'm fine with that. It's okay. But also somebody who just doesn't care and, like, you got a box full of ice and it's going to be fish and drinks, nobody cares. I respect that. I think that speaks to the quality of his character. Probably also speaks to the quality of the house care and the hygiene.
Oh man, that wall's starting to fill up, ain't it?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're in Q2 already. And it is time. This is our current 2025 Wall of Fame. And it is time for us to add somebody new to the wall. Our options this week are going to be Carlos 26, Daiwa Enthusiast. I am Sammy and Noah. Let us know in the chat right now, who do we need to add to the 2025 Wall of Fame? And who is our photographer of the week?
Look, I'm telling you, if that's, I'll take my vote back if he ever says that's not a flounder. That's a flounder.
Was expecting some April Fool's pictures.
Yeah, you're right. There could have been some good ones. We didn't have none.
I vetted these. If somebody slipped one by me as an April Fool's thing, they got me good because I vetted these pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think any of those look like April Fools. All of them are nice fish. All of them good pictures. The angler is in the picture with the fish. Can't go wrong with any of those on the wall.
No, I agree. And you know what, dude? I don't even know what that is. Either it's a halibut or a flounder, but hot damn, either way, I want that thing on the board. I'm afraid that's getting my vote. Carlos, that Murray cod, that thing is a stud, dude. And we know your work. We know what you do, and I guarantee you're going to be on the board. But man, I got to be honest, that thing, I got to vote for that.
Yeah, same here. And flounder is the one saltwater fish that I just can't catch. I mean, I've caught some, but I just can't catch them regular, you know?
It's hard to get your hands on them. It is.
Yeah. I'll be on the boat. Everybody on the boat will catch one, and I don't. Like, what the?
You know what the damnest thing is? I know how to get them, and it's a pain in the ass, which is why I don't do it. Hard to film, which is also why I don't do it. But I always catch them as a bycatch in the weirdest damn ways, using the weirdest damn bait, typically at the base of the rocks. You know, like I never catch them intentionally. When I'm trying to, I can't get my hands on them.
Right, right.
And guys, I think this one is a complete runaway, and it's absolutely deserved. And a huge pat on the back to Noah, I Am Sammy, and Carlos. You guys got some excellent catches. You are an excellent representation of everything that we appreciate and love about the Premier Fishing Hunting Discord server. Thank you guys. Keep up the great work. But Dewa, dude, that guy is a doormat, and you are our photographer of the week. Congratulations to everybody. Special thanks to the waitlister winners this week. That is Nick G, Salmonoid Toucher, OK Fishing, Bakermeister, Kiwi, Wild Japan, and Cold Water Species Enthusiast. Guys, really, really, really appreciate having you there. Thank you. And all right, had to make a note on that. So before we close up shop, John, are you going to come and do some sheephead fishing with me tomorrow?
Tomorrow, no, sir, I will not. I'll be working on the boat tomorrow.
Okay. What are is it just working on the boats, your plans for the week? And everybody in the chat, what are your plans for the weekend? And what can we expect to see from you in the coming week when we do this again next Tuesday?
Yeah, I got been working on the boat and get it cleaned up so that I can put it up for sale. So I'm hoping my goal is to put it up for sale this month, i.e. April. Ain't got much left to do. I'll take a lot of pictures, some video clips, and just write down everything that the boat has so I can post it. So that is my number one goal right now.
Yeah, my plan, we've got my father-in-law's birthday is coming up this, if it's not this weekend, it's the next, I forget. But I think we're going to be out there on Pottery Island. I am probably going to have to suffer through doing some fishing with him for his birthday.
Oh, darn.
You know, do what we got to do in life. And I got a video coming out, a sheephead video that's actually with him. We had a blast going out with a friend of his. That'll get published tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that one does. It's going to be a fun one.
Cool.
Grant, you're running around back there. What do you got coming out for us, man, in the next week here? What are you going to be doing?
We got rain starting tomorrow afternoon for who knows how long. So hopefully we don't need the boat to get around. Hopefully it's not that bad.
Hey, good luck on that. Yeah, I hope it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, of course, saying stay warm, stay dry.
Yeah, it's going to be, the weather's just all over the place.
Monica's got the trout opening weekend on Saturday. Hopefully have some pics. Looking forward to seeing that. Good luck.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We really appreciate seeing you, of course, all the time. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry, be safe, and get outside and touch some grass if and when the opportunity presents itself. We look forward to seeing everything that you have coming up for us in the next week, and hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Peace out.
Have a great week.